Hi, thanks for taking a look at a Dimgaard supplement. We're looking at DGS31, stands for Dimgaard supplement number 31. And this is Adventuring Days 2, which is for second level characters. And the idea here is, I frankly got tired of hearing and reading over and over again producers saying, oh, well, the adventuring day is just not a realistic construct. And so I began with Adventuring Days 1, which showed, yeah, you can do it for first level characters. Eventually I'll get to Adventuring Day 20, which will show you can do it for 20th level characters. In the meantime, here are second level characters that we're building. And in one page, not including maps, right, the philosophy is we're going to reuse existing maps as much as possible. But in one page, we have a solid adventuring day, fully implements the encounter guidelines. We build, in this case, all three cases at 6 events, using medium encounter budgets, although we do augment them in certain ways. We kind of stack things around so that really they're going to end up being hard, which is what you want. And by the end of that 6th encounter, you will find that your PCs are thoroughly taxed. Typically, these are going to run 2 to 4 hours, and the differentiation there's going to be how much role playing the DM does, or the party in the DM does, right? Role playing is great. I love role playing, and that brings up another point, right? So I've got the full adventuring day implemented with plenty of room to do role playing. And there are plenty of opportunities within this to engage in role playing for DMs and parties that are inclined to that. All three are nice, tight little stories. The first one is you've got Murloc, or not Murlocs. Wow, slipping in there. You've got Bullywugs, the Gurgle tribe, has taken over a swamp, threatening river traffic. The local lord is not inclined to do it. Now that is not explicit as to why it is, because that would be something that would be determined by the DM's campaign, right? Could be the lord is worried about a threat and doesn't want to diminish his defensive forces, or just that the swamp is too far out of his immediate jurisdiction or maybe he is wanting to use the swamp as a means to extract protection money from them. But anyway, the merchants who use the river come to the PC, say we want this done, and then you've got what is turned out in the playtest to be a really interesting Bullywug leader in Gurgle Prime. The hook on Gurgle Prime is that he controls his tribe by controlling the male's access to the females. He's herded all the female Bullywugs into a submerged burrow, and he decides who gets to spend time with the women or not. It actually sets up the final encounter, where if it's only one PC, he comes out alone. But if there are more than one PCs, then hey, he comes out after having had a set of scalable Bullywug tribal warriors with him to face the PCs. The second one, a very, very archetypical setup. We've got a fledgling cult centered around a charismatic leader. And this is an homage to Patty Hearst and her experience with SLS. So a young woman has come under the sway of this charismatic leader. Her family is influential, don't want the authorities involved. They want her returned safely and want the cult punished and eliminated so that they can't relate it. Issue. Again, there's some nice role-playing opportunities in there. It could just be, let's go in and kill the cultists and rescue the girl. There's a glyph and a curse in place and the things you expect. And then there's a nice, almost certainly a role-playing setup at the end where the authorities, or the would-be authorities, have learned of the girl's association with the cult, and they think she needs to face justice for that, just like what happened with Patty Hearst. They're not willing to excuse her as being simply a innocent young girl who was persuaded by a charismatic figure. So that uses the residents in the DMG under the map section, right? Great use of that. Then we have the next one also uses a map from the DMG. So the first two are clearly, there's very little Dimgaard specific stuff in there. That would be applicable to anyone, but we wanted to throw something in there that is pretty heavy in the Dimgaard canon to basically to reward it and promote that. We think that the Dimgaard story is a great story, and we want to. It can still be adapted to so that it is a rescue mission, right? So we're in the Underdark, which in Dimgaard is called the Cavern Realm, and we explain that. We have a female who has been captured by male drow, and you are supposed to rescue them. The setup is that she had separated from the drow, and that has a history in Dimgaard. I don't want to spoil that for everybody, but there's a gender-based civil war that has been ongoing in Dimgaard between the female and male drow. It's been a cold war for the history of the drow, but in Dimgaard it has been a hot war. Every drow enclave is engaged in a vicious gender-based civil war to control it. That has to do with what's happened to Lolth a couple of years ago, where she was imprisoned in a special mirror, and that's caused the females to lose their power structure, and the men have taken this opportunity to exact vengeance that's been swelling for generations. Anyway, but it could be, it could easily be adapted. The female doesn't even have to be a drow, right? It's just a female, and you just have to have a construct for why she needs to be extracted. In this case, she was a refugee with dwarves. The Orthodox dwarves did not like the fact that the dwarven community had accepted these refugee female drow and betrayed them to the male drow, and that's how she winds up there. And the Orthodox dwarves are influential enough that they can prevent the authorities from rescuing her. So it's left up to the PCs to do the right thing. And this, like I said, this is that is very heavy in Dimgaard canon, the Dimgaard storyline. Lots of Dimgaard stuff going on there. But again, to increase versatility, it would be adaptable to any campaign as long as it has an Underdark. Although I guess it could be an above ground rescue. But anyway, so 3 very tight 1-page adventuring days that demonstrates the falsehood of all those who would say that, oh, the adventuring day doesn't work. They say, oh, you can't get enough role-playing in. You'll see that these have plenty of role-playing opportunities. Or they say you can't properly tax PCs using the adventure day structure or the medium encounter budgets. These use medium encounter budgets, but they arrange them in such a way that your PCs are going to be, and you're going to get out of each page a session of play, which is pretty good value. So thanks for taking a look. Hope you enjoy. Oh, and I would add one other thing. These are, so we're producing one of these each month. They are a supplement that is included at the bonus level in our Kickstarter volumes, right? The way those are structured is we have 2 21-episode stories that are staggered at any given time, and then we have an adventuring day that is progressing up. Like I said, this is for 2nd level characters. Eventually, it'll go all the way to 20, maybe 21. If you subscribe to both of the storylines, then you get this supplement. Then, if you had of last month, right? This isn't available in this month. But if last month you had subscribed to both storylines, you would have gotten this as a free addition to that volume. And we expect to continue doing that. So that's what's going on. Hope you enjoy it. hope you take a look at the volumes. There's also a Patreon where you can get a supplement and a couple of adventures each month as well for $5. So thanks.